if you're in the live recording or if you're not. So today, this aspect of things is where we're at currently with the energetic state, right? So y'all always know that I put forward, but the thing is, like, this is for those who have been actively doing their healing work, actively cutting out karmic ties. You are actively building a much closer relationship with your internal self. You're discovering how this reality actually works for real. You've already established a relationship with your spiritual team. You and Source are locked in like a motherfucker. Like this, these are the things that I'm referring to. I genuinely don't have an ounce of energy to give towards those that refuse to stay, to grow, or heal in any aspect. I don't have any more energy for those who are actively choosing to remain in a karmic state, actively choosing to operate in a karmic state, actively choosing to still attach to themselves connections that they know are openly toxic, whether it be family, friends, jobs, lovers, whatever the case may be. We are just at a point where literally, in order for you to still maintain a certain level of like mental clarity, in order for you to survive on this realm, this 3D earthly realm, you have to have some form of shadow work done. You have to have some form of healing work done. It's just inevitable. You're not going to survive here. You're literally going to go off into a damn mental psychosis of just torture because you're refusing to heal. So those who are experiencing a lot of the karmic consequences of not healing, whether or not you did something, whether or not it's your fault or not, everybody has to look internally right now and grow the fuck up. Everybody has to go right now and look within self and actually sit down and decide to not carry on with toxic patterns. It's not okay. Actually never was okay, but it's definitely not acceptable anymore to still carry around low vibrational ways of thinking, low vibrational energies. It's not socially acceptable anymore to be on that type of time where it's like, oh, well, that's just me. I'm gonna be this way because somebody did this to me, and I'm gonna be this way because somebody's hurt me. We have gotten to the point where accountability is a fucking mandatory thing here. You have to have some form of accountability in order for you to grow, in order for you to prosper. You want to tap into any form of abundance in here, unless you're choosing to go the absolute dark route, which I don't see why anybody would make that choice here in this moment. I guarantee you cannot avoid the shadow work aspect of things. You're not tapping into nothing. I'm talking about no wealth, no nothing, no love, no none of that shit. Until you really start to look within self and really put in that effort to actively grow and heal yourself and be a better version of yourself, my nigga. Because it's not even about a situation where it's an individual thing anymore. This shit is literally a collective thing. Whoever, those of us, we're so interconnected, especially in this 5D state of being, in this level of consciousness that a lot of us has ascended to. This is love and light. It's love and light. So a lot of people are like upset, they feel some type of way because people cannot tolerate them at a certain level. No, niggas cannot tolerate you at a certain level, because once you have healed and you have stripped yourself from certain karmic shit, once you let all that low vibrational energy go and you actually focus and you realize like, oh shit, I want a better reality for myself. I want better connections. I want to be in a better environment. Then my nigga, I can't hang with the nigga that was still sitting there being pessimistic about the ideas that I have in life. You can't sit there and go back to the hood and hang out, because that's not your reality anymore. And oftentimes we fuck up our own selves because we try to have this thing. Like, I'm dealing with this now, right? Where I've had a lot of survivor's guilt. Because when I moved to this country and I realized like, damn, like Black Americans really be going through a fucking lot. Like, I dedicated all of my humanitarianism, like anything that you see me done community based, anything that you've seen, any businesses that I've had, anything that I've done that has to do with actively supporting the community is literally because I've seen how low vibrational the state is, especially coming from a place like New York, like being raised in a place like New York. You understand? I'm now to the point where, listen, if you can't elevate your frequency, you can't elevate your consciousness, you can't raise your vibration to meet me where I'm at because I bust my ass to heal, then I can't be around you. It's literally intolerable. Like, my stomach could hurt. I'll fucking get gas because, like, it's people around me that just carry low energy, and it has nothing to do with the vessel. I can still think you are a wonderful first person as a vessel, but if you are still operating with your ego, you're still a vain individual where materialistic things are like the highlight of your fucking day. Like, that's the thing that validates you. If you're still looking for social acceptance in a fucking system that has no route of like any type of positive direction, then you're literally setting yourself up for failure. Because we still walk around with this thing where we feel like the validation comes from the name brands. And the validation comes from the material things that you've sold. You've literally sold most of your energy for. You've given away your energy for some sneakers and for that car, and so that you can have this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, you're still unhealed from the shit that happened to you back in the 8th grade. You're still walking around unable to effectively communicate. You literally have a complete lack of like emotional intelligence, but you want to talk to me about the fact that you got dishonor on. What the fuck does it matter that you got on Gucci, this, that, and the third, but your heart is still harboring so much darkness? I can always get my money up and go shopping, but I only got one heart. If you're not fixing that, if you're not actively choosing on a daily basis to consistently do introspection, to consistently sit there and bust out your shadow work, to consistently hold yourself accountable about shit, whether or not it was a situation where you caused it or you were the one who initiated it or anything like that, what was the lesson that you needed to learn? Because that's where we're at. We're at a point where if you can't be accountable for yourself, why are you hanging out with anybody who can't be accountable? The whole basis of a conversation is accountability. How the fuck is anybody supposed to effectively communicate if both parties are not holding themselves accountable? And that's in a physical plane and in a spiritual plane. Because we sit down, and even those of us that go to church every single day and we actively, whatever religion and stuff that we subscribe to and things like that, y'all, we sit there on a daily basis. And I say we because at the end of the day, we're still a collective. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, yes, I'm an individual vessel, but on a conscious level, we are all a collective. We're all interconnected. That's the thing that y'all are not understanding. This is not a separated thing. So when you're sitting there and you're actively doing all of these different things, but then Monday through Saturday, you're literally still unhealed. You have learned nothing. You got the emotional aspect of the spiritual experience, but you didn't actually do any type of transformative work. Right now, those of us who have actively put in the work, we are in preparation mode for our divine unions. Those of us whose timelines is in alignment with them having a divine union, because hey, this route is not always gonna be by with a partner. A lot of times this is a road that is very fucking lonely, bro. It just be like that. But divine unions are not coming into play. Source's hand is all up in this shit right now. Nothing is being done on this realm without Source's knowledge, without Source's hand actively being in this shit. Because now we're on divine timing now. Niggas that got into the 5Z, we are on divine timing now. And in order to consistently stay up here, we have to make sure that our current reality is free or is becoming free of karmic ties, karmic connections. If you are too comfortable with the reality that you have simply because it's safer, because you don't have that, if you are comfortable, then by all means stay where you at. I gotta go, y'all. But this message is just real simple. Focus on where you at. It's time to let go of the karmic ties. It's not time to play it safe no more. Rip off the Band-Aid, bro. You're at the edge of the cliff jump off the fucking cliff, bro. All of us jumped off. We scratched our knees a little bit, but bitch, we landed and we made it, okay? 5D is wonderful, y'all. Elevation and healing is wonderful, y'all. And I really am encouraging y'all to really get on this side, because it is the most freeing experience. Anyway, I love y'all. Work on yourselves this week. Karmic ties, cut them out. You know the people. So it's been inkling into you for a minute who you need to let go of. Don't let him have to slap your ass for you to listen. I love y'all. I'm going to tap in with y'all later. Bye.